Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. Today, we're coming back with some more Jimdycar League Racing series. Today, the series is heading towards Homestead, our first oval race of the season. Expect a lot of pack racing, tight racing, and a lot of crashes. That's pretty much what this video is going to be like. I got to do some pack racing, as you see right here, for me flying out of the track during practice, just to try and get a feel for what it's like to be in the pack, and yeah, let's just say that I don't think any of us could be mentally prepared for what was going to happen tonight. Before we get into this video, I want you guys to go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button down below. I want to try and get this channel up to 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year, and I would greatly appreciate it if you guys go ahead and do that. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. Right, so here we are waiting in line for our qualifying run. Showing off the paint scheme here. It's a little bit of a throwback to Brian Herta back in the 1998 season. Got the Shell Pennzoil logo all over this car, and got my number 45 on there as well. So now, just saw the car in front of us go out on track to start their first lap. How it goes, we go on our out lap. We have to announce that we're starting our first lap once we cross the start-finish line, and then go back around, announce our second lap, and then announce the end of second lap.
Next car, go ahead.
So heading straight onto the track, I go straight up to the high line, because what you want to do is try and take the longest way around the track to get as much momentum as you can coming to the green. As you hear me there announcing coming to green, and I feel like I made a mistake here. I ran the high line in my first lap, where I feel like I probably could have ran bottom first lap as well, just to compare the first and second lap. So starting our second and final lap of this run, we're going to be running tight to the white line to the bottom there to get the fastest way around this racetrack. Now you're going to see I'm going to be gaining a lot of time on this lap. That's just because I ran the high line on my first lap, but that's why I said it could have been better to run the bottom on the first lap. That way the times could have been a little bit more indicative on which lap would have been faster. P4, provisional pre-4 right now, not too bad. So before we move any further, let's take a quick look at the point standings. We're currently P11 right now in point standings. After the first race, we finished 11th, obviously. We wound up qualifying P7, so that's a pretty decent starting position for this race. So it's all going to be about staying in the pack and saving fuel, and hopefully be there at the end to get a good finish. Alright, so full tank of fuel is about 27 laps here. Got 100 laps ahead of us. 105 laps, actually. So, yeah, this is going to be very hectic. Just going to be hoping for top 10 finish, really, like we did last week. Or I got close to last week. Trying to do one spot better. Qualified 7th. Was provisional P4 there for a bit, but a couple of guys knocked me down to 7th, so yeah, looking forward to having a good race, hopefully.
Green flag, green flag, green flag.
Oh, that was on me. Oh,
Single car.
Now right off the bat, we're already making it 3 wide up the middle, trying to make up as much spots as we can, because I don't know at this point like how much the pack will be bunching up here and how easy it'll be to make passes. So I try to make it up as much spots as I can. We almost got a crash right there. Someone hitting the apron right there. I got a little bit loose going up the track and almost wrecked someone onto my outside, but coming around to complete the first lap, and we come back in one piece. Through the first couple laps, I was just trying to feel out the pack and feel out how it is to try and fuel save if I can at all. And it didn't take us long until we got our first yellow of the day.
Again, 3 wide's a bad idea.
Oh my god.
Safety car, race back to the line.
You like touched the wall, David, and then just came to a complete stop. So sorry, dude. There's nothing I could do there.
No, you're good.
You're in front of me.
Yep.
Apparently no taking and Homestead hate me.
Now, as you heard briefly there for a moment, one of the drivers saying the guy in front of him got the wall, came to a complete stop, and destroyed both of the cars. As you see right here, that's exactly what happened. Came to a complete stop as soon as he touched the wall, and out of the ballpark he goes. Alright, so first solid run there. Made about 9-ish laps, 8 laps there. Car felt pretty good. Obviously tires are wearing out there. It's definitely going to be a fuel strategy race. I don't think the tire's going to be wearing enough for it to be like a tire strategy race at some point. Maybe towards the end when everyone's like good to finish on a full tank of fuel or whatever. Looks like we're just going to follow the leader here. I didn't do strategy, so. So jumping forward towards the end of the pit sequence here, you see us leaving our pit box and leaving pit road, basically coming out in net P4. Somehow we had a faster pit stop than majority of the guys we were behind. There you go, from P8 to P4, gaining 4 spots on this pit sequence. Alright, well we gained a lot of spots right there, assuming no one else stayed out. We're up to net P4 somehow. So I will take that. Now it's just gonna be a little interesting seeing, you know, how the car is gonna drive in clean air, or mostly clean air, off of this restart. I'm not gonna try and do anything crazy, but if the opportunity presents itself, I will take it.
So I don't think there's any real way I could gain an advantage from it, but I do appreciate the clarification. Sorry for the ramble.
Unbelievable. Disqualify him.
You're next, bitch.
Okay. Those are fighting words, buddy.
All right, safety car lights are out. We'll be going green this time. Bye.
Where are you running at again?
First in the points right now.
Oh, okay. So after that quick little banter session, we see the pace car peeling off towards pit road to line us up for the restart.
Green flag, green flag, green flag.
Worked out fine. He reappeared right away? Not right away, but...
So after the restart, I was totally chill, just riding in line, just seeing how the race would play out, and see how the actual fuel strategy would happen until we got this safety car.
Safety car, race back to the line.
So now I'm booking it, trying to get back to the line as fast as possible, but in the meantime, we got a wreck in the back.
I've got another one.
Oh my god! Oh no!
Oh, it's
Jesus
the
Christ!
It's the big one behind us.
Holy shit! Thank God!
Checking up.
Holy fuck!
Checking up.
Oh,
You had a mirror.
So before we dive into the mirror photo finish for a second, here's a replay of what happened. So here's a spin out of turn 4 that inevitably caused a 3-car incident. Sorry for the people who get dizzy at home, and here's a photo finish for second place there. I missed out by half a car length to the line, and honestly, at that time I thought I was second for some reason, but well, I don't know if I got you there at the line or not.
You weren't on my radar, or if you were, I didn't see you, so I don't know. You tell
Adam,
me.
I don't know.
I wasn't paying attention.
I'll give it to you because I didn't think I was going to get anybody, and then
Right, so heading into the restart of the race, we got the leader doing a little bit of a Tony Stewart tactic. If you remember back in like 2003 or so, Tony Stewart got black flag for weaving and then going on the restart.
Green.
That's what the leader was trying to do right here, and it didn't really do that big of an advantage on his side, thankfully. And so off the restart, we're all kind of just in line still, not very far back from the leader, but I get an ungodly run out of turn 2 right here, go past P2 right here, and have enough of a run to draw alongside of P1 going into the 3rd turn. So you see right here, come up turn 4, you see this thing where the leader gets out by fuel car lengths and comes back. That's called rubber banding. That's kind of a thing that happens in this game and in console games where not all of our internet connections aren't synced up, so that's going to happen a lot in this race. Alright, this is P2 speaking. I'm just going to run high in 3 and 4 here, guys.
Oh, we got one spinner.
Single car.
Alright, so you hear me coming over the radio in the Discord saying that I'm going to plan on dropping back from the head of this pack because I want to try and see if I could save fuel, which wound up not really working, but my whole ideology was to try and run to the back of this pack and somehow manage to save fuel if we did get a long green flag run in this race. Unfortunately, we never really got more than like 10-15 laps in a run until like towards the end of the race, but I thought I'd just try it out at least so I can know if I'm in some kind of fuel saving situation towards the end of this race, I can kind of put to use what I learned early in the race. Trying to give these guys as much space as possible since they're running 3 wide up here. Just trying to save fuel a little bit. So you heard me right there, trying to give these guys as much space as possible while also trying to save fuel. Going into the corner, running on the inside, there's a big lifting phase because of how bunched up everyone gets going into the corner, trying to hold the bottom line while not trying to drift up with these old tires. So on lap 30 right here, we're going to have our first really big scare of the race, of a potential big one happening.
A lot of dancing.
You saw right there one guy go down for some reason and almost wipe out the guy on the inside and go straight back up into his lane that he was originally running in. But this kind of laid grounds for what was going to happen in the coming laps.
I'm sorry, you're proud to do that.
Oh, you're good.
Behind the tire wears, they start to wear.
Good space, good space. Good space.
Multiple car.
Safety car, safety car.
Ooh, good job back there, Alan.
Thank you.
I know I'm passing people. I'm just clearing everybody.
Thank you.
My god, I don't know how to make it through that wreck. It's the sketchy part about running in the back of it is that the wreck may just end up in your lap, you know? Upon looking at this replay, it's kind of hard to tell if it was intentional for him to move down and cause this wreck, or if he somehow got some kind of net code and like pushed him down, or he got hit for some reason or other. But unfortunately, 3 cars got involved. We have an unbelievable avoidance. Thanks to me, you guys should be very thankful for continuing this race in such awesome fashion. And that's going to bring us not only the wrecked cars, but most of the field down for fuel and tires for this ensuing restart. Right, so after this restart, I was just like everyone else, wanting to try and get a rhythm in, and also try and get a feel for what our cars actually had in a big pack. But that all came to a stop when trouble found us yet again.
Alright. Ooh.
Yep. Safety car, race back to the line. Got it.
You are right there.
Now, I'm pretty sure the safety car guy can speak for all of us when the amount of disappointment when we heard that was immeasurable.
You were gonna get me anyway.
Because it seemed like we weren't going to get any kind of green flag run in, and we were just going to have to do like stop and go every 5 laps because someone would always wreck.
Pits will be open this time by. Pits are open.
So this is actually a very critical point in the race. I decided to go off strategy along with a bunch of other guys around me, and we go on a slightly alternate strategy where we're kind of just hoping that we would have fresher tires and kind of cut our way up through the field, assuming we would get a long green flag run in and then figure things out that way. But setting ourselves up for the restart here, it was just like before. Leader gets a good launch and everyone just tries to file in behind.
All right.
So no caution for that single car wreck, but I took notice very quickly when I started running this tight pack up here, my connection issues.
Okay, because you're inside.
Because if I drop it in front of the whole field, oh my god.
I'm starting to see some of you guys touch around for me, so I'm going to try and find the best place to get out of this pack for you guys, just so I don't cause a wreck.
Where are you located?
Bottom, 3rd car on the inside.
Oh, right, blue car.
Never mind.
Safety car, race back to the line.
Damn my lap back, yay!
Alright, let's hold that plan, I guess.
Who Beybladed?
So, unpacking this caution at lap 51, there are kind of 2 incidences. There's a guy that, to my right, that overcorrected to the car on this outside, and then there's also a wreck behind me with 3 cars. One guy going blading, and one sliding down the track, collecting the Menard's car, and flipping wildly on the front straightaway, but thankfully getting back down on his all 4s wheels. So y'all remember how I pitted before this caution for fuel and tires? Well, it allowed me to inherit the race lead based off of pit strategy. So now, I'm going to be the one controlling this restart. Alright, so we decided to stay out here. Not really sure what we're going to do. Hopefully just going to try and run the fuel long, maybe. I mean, we're about halfway through this race. So just trying to figure out, because fuel is like 27-ish laps. Depends on where I run. If I'm in the pack, I'm be like more like 28, 29, because I'll be saving so much fuel. If I'm leading like this, I'll be like 26, but I've already gone through my fuel, so I don't know.
Safety car's off. Quiet for the restart, please.
Green, green, green. So right off the restart, we get a fantastic jump on the field right here. Gapped 2nd place by a fairly good bit right there. And now going into turn 1, the guy behind me gets a little loose, gets on the apron, and spins out, loses control running from the field. Safety car is called, caution's out. We're racing back to the line. And so now I'm going to try my best and hold the bottom to try and defend from Hickey behind me. But right now, he gets an insane run out of turn 4 and blows my doors off, coming back to the line, and he takes the lead away from me. Oh, man. Well, lost the lead off of that restart, but hey, at least we were able to lead a lap of some kind. The run that Hickey had on me right there, coming out of 4, was unreal. Right, so you see right here, you can hear me clutching, putting the clutch in and coasting, which is probably the easiest way for me to save fuel, put in the highest gear so that way the car is burning less fuel, running less RPMs, and just trying to somehow make it to the next pit stop, which I have no idea when that'll be. I'm just kind of making up as I go. So trying to save fuel as much as possible, getting ready for the restart.
Safety cars off. Quiet for the restart, please.
Green.
As you hear the leader call the green flag, resuming the racing here at Homestead, going into turn 1. I'm a couple car lengths back of him, but I get this little like arc down to where I can use the momentum coming from the higher banking down, get a little bit of a slingshot pass right here. We drop alongside the leader right here, going into turn 3. We almost clear him. He's to our rear tires, and we almost clear him going into turn 1. But we lose up ground because we're running that slightly higher radius through the corner. And so now it's a drag race going to turn 1. It was to complete the first lap after the restart. Now things are getting really bunched up because now everyone's trying to fight for the same real estate, trying to go the same place. And there's quite frankly not enough room to go. So I'm just currently getting like runs off the corners from this middle lane and still not able to really get by the leader just because he's able to defend on the inside with that tighter radius. I don't have any slipstream, so the best help I can get is really from the guy giving like these bubble air pushes to my rear wing to try and push me forward slightly. All the meanwhile, this rubber banding internet thing is still a determining factor as to why we're able to stay alongside for so long.
Grace,
Go.
Got 2 cars on the very other game.
Motherfucker!
Check out how decent the stop is.
Oh my fucking god.
Few car.
Safety car, race back to the line.
I swear, every time we all hear the safety cars deployed, race back to the line, everyone finds like an extra gear like in the movies and try and go faster. It's like you have a huge slingshot of a boost right here through like my internet speed or whatever it is. And we almost cleared him going into the corner, but now racing back to the line, I'm trying to defend from the yellow car as much as possible, and I think I barely got second right there. I have to look at the replay to see what position we really got.
Well, I couldn't tell if I was ahead of you or not there.
So looking at it slow motion, we do barely beat Bo to the line for P2.
Yes, pits will be open this time by.
Alright, that was a very exciting handful of laps there. Looks like we might be put on the same strategy again as these guys. Depending on what the leader does, though. But, fun little battle, going back and forth.
Alright, so coming into pit road, we have 4 of us pretty much right around each other, pitting the exact same time, so I was a little worried I was gonna lose the lead off of pit road, but I was able to get a good launch out of my pit box and beat everyone behind me out of the pits.
Alright, so went into pit road with the lead, came out with the lead on this strategy. That's good at least. Currently P3. See if we can just try and ride around here and just chill with it.
So I didn't know at the time because I was just making my pit strategy up as I was going, but I was not going to be able to make it on fuel from here on out. Even if I tried saving fuel, I wouldn't have made it because fuel, a full tank of fuel is like 27 laps, and to save fuel is maybe 28 laps if you're lucky. And so we had about 40-ish laps to try and make it to the end. So my initial thought, because I didn't know if I was going to make it to the end, was just to try and save fuel and see where the cautions fell and see if we were able to stay out with track position and see what we can do from that point on.
So if I'm moving around too much for you, just let me know and I can try and figure out how to bail out here.
You're okay right now. I mean, I can tell your internet's kind of interesting, but right now it hasn't done anything crazy.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've been noticing it too. You guys are just like a little twitchy here and there.
Yeah.
Right, so here in the race comms, on top of fuel strategy, me trying to just lift and save fuel, I was also mindful of how my internet was working around everyone else, how twitchy I was, and the potential to cause a wreck. And in my best interest, I was just going to try and bail out here, or just at least slow down to where I can get far enough back from the pack to where I feel like I'd be in a pretty safe distance in case if there was a wreck.
Oh, there.
Whoa.
Safety car.
Was that the line, or are we going again?
Fine, that's fine.
That was the line.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest, looking back at this, I still don't know how I managed to avoid this wreck. Going on the apron and damn near making myself involved in the wreck. Literally like 2 cars in front of me spinning out, and I managed to correct the car. Going on from the transition from the baking to the apron is just unbelievable. So if we win this race, it'll probably go down as the greatest moment of my career in Jimdycar.
Holy crap, dude! I had to go on the apron out of 4 to avoid that, and I thought I was gonna wreck it, but dude, I tensed up so much to save that car. That was a little bit of a Code Brown situation there.
Pits are open.
So coming to the pit entry, we make a very interesting decision to stay out. This wound up honestly costing us a potential top 5 finish for the race, but at the time I thought it was the right decision because I had assumed we could have been able to run about 10 more laps and then another caution would fall, and then I get to come in for more fuel and fresh tires and work my way up back through the field. That wound up being quite the opposite.
You got a Menard car and Herta in front of you. This is only bad news.
We got Greg Ray up here.
Oh, Jesus.
Safety car is off.
You know what? I've got an EOL here.
Oh,
Hey, Greg Ray.
Thank you for failing your mission to be a little bit of a buffer for me.
Hey, going green.
Green, green, green.
Okay, I realize I probably shouldn't have said going green, but
Yeah, Adam, what the fuck?
You're gonna try and mess this up, dude? Come on.
So right after I said green, I had a rough understanding of what this restart was going to have in store for me. I already understood early in the race that the second place was going to get a run on the leader right here. As you see right here, goes right around me, takes the lead into turn 1. But what was going to happen shocked me.
oh wow,
Hello, how's everybody doing?
that was absolutely terrifying.
Safe pick.
Speak for yourself, I was right behind him.
So while all that happened, I checked up a little bit, and now we get put into a fight that we weren't invited to, honestly, and get freight trained by 4 cars almost, and now we're in the middle of a battle we didn't ask to be in.
20 laps.
So fast forward a handful of laps, I've dropped to the back of this pack to try and fuel save and see how far I can get on this tank of fuel. Meanwhile, everyone's trying to chatter about racing it out instead of trying to fuel save here. Going on turn 1, we got a little bit slight 3-wide action there, but that wasn't too bad.
Alright, get up here and show us, Alan.
Sorry,
I
I did not see you there at all.
Oh my god, I can't believe I'm
Oh no. I don't even know what happened there.
Don't
Yeah, I don't know how I saved
Greg
that,
Ray.
but we're still alive.
Good shit, bro. My bad. I did not even. All right, Neil, let's push the gas pedal here, would you?
So looking back at another insane save over 190 miles an hour, I again don't know how I saved this, and I don't know how he didn't see me underneath him. I'm assuming he didn't have a radar graphic on his screen to see that there was a car underneath him. So now I'm just kind of like at the back of this pack with these 2 other guys ahead of me. My tires are pretty much shot. That's the reprimand of not pitting with the rest of the leaders here, and just not having overall grip in the corners, and thus costing me lap time throughout this run. And you can see right here, I'm just getting tight, trying to hold the line, just bleeding time lap after lap. And eventually what happened was a wreck happened right here, and I thought I could make it through like Ricky Bobby style, but then...
That was my fault. I mean, not really.
2 off, 3 off.
I caught it. Oh, safety car, safety car, race back to the line.
I'm grinding on pit roll.
All right, I'm up against the wall. Everybody look out, please.
Sick grind.
Now, dissecting this wreck right here, obviously I see there's a wreck right here. I thought I was far enough back to where I could miss it. Right there, there was a slight chance I could have made it if that yellow car wasn't spinning right in front of me. Now in hindsight, I probably should have just slowed down and wait for the wreck to play out and then slowly make my way through the accident scene, but at least I made for a cool highlight reel.
To the wall. Max, can you catch up to the guys in front?
I'm trying.
Okay, no, you're good. I just wanted to ask.
My suspension's
if you can't-
broken.
No, you're good. You're good. If you can't maintain
joking,
pit
right,
start
Matt?
or pit road or
I am pitting.
Race car.
Spinning late in a
I got
race. Pits are open. Pits are open this time by.
You do
Also,
not
we'll
want
be
to jam
within
these tires,
10
in my
by the way.
opinion.
So we will.
I'll let you guys by because I won't be able to hold
the.
the radius through here.
But make sure you're not adding fuel if you don't need it.
Thank you, Max.
Yep.
So deciding to be a little bit courteous to the guys behind me and not trying to ruin their race of like getting into the pits, I decided to obviously take all the repairs here, thankfully it's not like iRacing where you have like a set limit of fast repairs. It repairs it anyways if you select it to be on. Like you got
All right, this is gonna be a clusterfuck. Let's go have fun, boys.
body, engine, suspension, so it was cool to get all of it done and basically be back in the race. And to repeat what he said, yes, it is about to be ready to be a Fuster Cluck.
Green, green, green.
So after the restart had gotten underway, I left a bit of a gap to the guy in front of me, as you can see, about 2 to 3 car lengths in front of me, and what wound up happening is that since I wasn't close enough to the guy in front of me to get a draft into the corner, I wound up actually losing time over the next couple of laps, and wound up losing the draft altogether. You can see in the next couple of laps of how far away they're getting lap after lap, and that's just because they're all running in a pack, and I'm just running by myself. And obviously being in a pack with Slipstream is a lot faster than just one singular car making speed. So I was just hoping and praying a caution would come out, and my prayers were answered.
Oh, you
Whoa! Whoa!
Safety car, race back to the line.
Back it out hard. Brendan, you're in abandonment procedures territory if you need it.
So this was actually a very crucial decision from the safety car driver. Because he chose to abandon safety car procedures,
Keep going.
we're gonna get one lap dash to the finish. 2021 Abu Dhabi Championship style.
We are abandoning the safety car procedure. We are going to go green this time by.
Oh boy.
Let's
Hey,
go.
hold up. I thought we have a rule against one lap dashes.
This isn't a one lap dash.
1 1/4.
Yeah, it is. Next lap is last lap.
Shut up and call it. Go.
Either way, green flag.
Lots of confusion going on amongst the competitors on the procedure, but we get a monster run of the car in front of me, but I have no idea if I was allowed to pass him before the start-finish line, so that's why I actually checked up and drew even with them coming to the line. So now we're running to the bottom, got the fastest way around. We're gonna get Slipstream right in front of us, and we're gonna try and get the best out of this situation, but the guy on the outside actually gets a run on us. We get checked up from the guy in front of me, and I thought that was it. But then they wreck right in front of me, and we gain 3 spots out of it, and we somehow go from 11th to 7th.
P8, baby. P7. I'll take it. Again, finished where we started. Oh my gosh, I can't escape this luck. Oh my gosh. That was a nail biter to the end right there. Probably could have gotten 6th, honestly, if I had been able to make the middle line work or something like that, instead of having to sit behind the guy in front of me in the last corner there, but yeah, that was a fun one.
So one final look at this near miss to finish the race. It was a race full of near misses for me, and somehow managed to come home P7. Now taking a look at the finish for the race win, a little bit of a argy-bargy going down in turn 3, a little bit of wheel contact, and then just get a little aggressive there, more than I'd like to see. Looks like he just ran him over in the corner because of the wheel contact down the backstretch, I assume. And Austin Fairfield is the winner for the race here at Homestead. Here's a look at the penalty points going into Imola and all the penalty points throughout the field from Homestead. So we are P12 minus 27 from Bo Petrini. Very tight battle for the top 3 in points, at least, between Brennan and Austin. And then what we have actually to kind of even the playing field for road courses is we have ballast added to certain drivers for finishing I believe in the top 12 of the road races, to kind of even the playing field for making the faster guys a little bit slower, to kind of help the slower guys compete better with the top guys here in this league. So fun little addition for Imola coming up. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Make sure to like and subscribe down below. And until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.
Here they come.